Today, we delve into the life and career of Djimon Hounsou, a name synonymous with powerful performances and a remarkable journey from humble beginnings to the global stage. But as we'll discover, even a decorated career with Oscar nominations hasn't shielded Hounsou from financial struggles and systemic barriers in Hollywood. Hello, Starstruck TV viewers. Before we dive into today's powerful story, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. Stay tuned for in-depth reviews, recaps, commentaries, and deep dives into the entertainment world. Your support helps us bring you the stories that truly matter. Early life and breakthrough. Djimon Gaston Hounsou was born on April 24, 1964, in Cotonou, Benin. Life in Benin provided a modest backdrop for Hounsou's early years, but at the age of 13, his life changed dramatically when he moved to Lyon, France, with his brother. The transition was far from smooth. Financial difficulties and a lack of resources forced Hounsou to drop out of school, and he eventually found himself homeless. His fortunes began to change when he was discovered by legendary fashion designer Thierry Mugler. Mugler saw potential in Hounsou, encouraging him to pursue a modeling career. Hounsou's journey as a model led him to Paris and eventually to the United States, where he found new opportunities. But Hollywood was a different beast altogether. Breaking into the film industry proved to be an uphill battle for Hounsou, who faced the dual challenges of being a black actor and an immigrant. Despite the odds, his persistence paid off in 1997 with a career-defining role in Steven Spielberg's Amistad, the role that changed everything. In Amistad, Hounsou portrayed Cinque, a West African man captured and sold into slavery who fights for his freedom in 19th century America. His performance was nothing short of breathtaking. Critics and audiences alike were moved by the raw emotional depth he brought to the role. The film earned him a Golden Globe nomination and catapulted him into the Hollywood spotlight. Hounsou's career continued to flourish with memorable roles in Gladiator 2000 alongside Russell Crowe and In America 2003, which earned him his first Academy Award nomination for Best Supporting Actor. In 2006, his portrayal of Solomon Vandy in Blood Diamond garnered him his second Oscar nomination, solidifying his reputation as one of the most talented and versatile actors of his generation. Challenges beneath the surface. While Hounsou's career appeared to be on an upward trajectory, there was a different story behind the scenes. Despite his success, he began noticing disparities in how he was treated compared to his white counterparts. He faced lowball offers for roles and struggled to justify his worth in an industry that seemed to undervalue him. In a candid interview, Hounsou shared, "I've been in the filmmaking business for over 2 decades with 2 Oscar nominations, and yet I'm still struggling financially." This revelation shocked many, shedding light on the systemic issues plaguing Hollywood. But his challenges didn't end with financial struggles. Hounsou also recounted feeling overlooked for recognition. He highlighted his role in Amistad, which earned a Golden Globe nomination but was snubbed by the Oscars. This exclusion, he believes, was rooted in racial bias and perceptions of him as just off the boat. Advocating for change. Rather than succumb to frustration, Hounsou has turned his experiences into advocacy. He founded the Djimon Hounsou Foundation to reconnect people of African descent with their roots and address the legacy of slavery. The foundation's mission is inspired by his role in Amistad, emphasizing the importance of understanding and embracing one's heritage. Through this work, Hounsou seeks to empower future generations while also raising awareness of the systemic issues that persist in Hollywood. The cost of systemic inequities. Djimon Hounsou's experiences are not isolated incidents. They reflect systemic inequities that have long plagued Hollywood. For decades, black actors have reported receiving lower pay, fewer opportunities, and less recognition compared to their white counterparts. Hounsou's own words provide a striking example. He revealed, "I still have to prove why I need to get paid, even after decades in the industry and 2 Oscar nominations." This statement speaks volumes about the barriers actors of color face when advocating for fair compensation. Moreover, Hounsou's frustrations over recognition, like the Oscar snub for Amistad, mirror the broader issue of underrepresentation in major awards. While there has been progress in recent years, with films like Black Panther and Everything Everywhere All at Once receiving accolades, the systemic issues persist. Black actors, directors, and creators remain underrepresented in many categories, both in nominations and wins. Hollywood's diversity problem. The entertainment industry often prides itself on being a space for creativity and inclusivity. Yet behind the scenes, disparities in opportunities and pay persist. A 2022 study by the University of Southern California found that while diversity in casting has improved, executives and decision-makers remain overwhelmingly white and male. This lack of representation at the top perpetuates inequities throughout the industry. Hounsou's career exemplifies these struggles. Despite starring in blockbuster hits like Guardians of the Galaxy and Furious 7, he frequently finds himself fighting for roles and fair pay. His situation raises an important question. How can an actor with such an impressive resume still face financial instability? The answer lies in systemic bias. Black actors are often typecast into roles that offer less financial leverage or are passed over for leading roles altogether. When they do land significant parts, their paychecks often lag behind those of their white counterparts. Advocacy and the path forward. Hounsou isn't just speaking out. He's taking action. Through the Djimon Hounsou Foundation, he seeks to empower people of African descent to reconnect with their heritage and advocate for systemic change. The foundation's work includes educational initiatives and community-building projects that aim to address the lasting impact of slavery and colonialism. By sharing his struggles, Hounsou hopes to inspire others to speak out against injustice. His advocacy adds to a growing chorus of voices demanding equity in Hollywood. From the Hatch Oscars So White movement to high-profile calls for pay transparency, the push for change is gaining momentum. But progress requires action from Hollywood's power players. Studios, casting directors, and producers must commit to equitable hiring and pay practices. Furthermore, awards bodies need to ensure diverse representation among their nominees and winners to reflect the rich talent across all demographics. Why Djimon Hounsou's story matters. Hounsou's candidness about his financial struggles and experiences with systemic racism offers a rare glimpse into the challenges faced by Black actors in Hollywood. His story is a reminder that even the most successful actors can face barriers rooted in race and systemic bias. More importantly, his journey underscores the importance of advocacy and perseverance. By continuing to speak out, Hounsou is not just fighting for himself, but for future generations of actors. His foundation's work bridges the gap between African heritage and the global diaspora, fostering a sense of unity and pride. At the same time, his story serves as a wake-up call for the industry. Hollywood's progress toward diversity and inclusion will remain incomplete without addressing systemic pay disparities, ensuring fair representation in awards, and dismantling barriers for actors of color. Looking ahead, as audiences, we have a role to play as well. Supporting diverse films and advocating for equity in entertainment can drive change from the ground up. Stories like Hounsou's remind us that our choices, what we watch, who we celebrate, and what conversations we engage in can have a lasting impact. At Starstruck TV, we're committed to highlighting these stories and celebrating the resilience of actors like Djimon Hounsou. Their struggles and triumphs pave the way for a more inclusive and equitable industry. Thank you for joining us for this deep dive into Djimon Hounsou's journey and the systemic challenges in Hollywood. If you found this video insightful, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to Starstruck TV for more in-depth analyses and stories from the entertainment world. Your support helps us continue bringing these important conversations to light. Until next time, stay curious and stay starstruck.